Hey everyone, James Hewlett, the founder and CEO of Hype again. Just wanted to take another little bit of time today and show you a new tip, something that people rarely look at on their ads and that makes a lot of difference. So we're going to be looking at one of my accounts today for my club, my personal business, and we're going to show you kind of how to look at some things. And the thing we're going to look at today is frequency. That may be something that not a lot of you have heard, but I'm going to pull up my screen here and show you guys what we're talking about. Okay, so these are campaigns that are running from my location right now. I actually have 7 of them going. So there are some different options when you go to advertise on Facebook. Obviously, you can choose boosted posts. You can choose to run it in the ad product that's inside Facebook that's not Ads Manager. And then you can actually use Ads Manager. Your typical agency is going to be using Ad Manager, not one of the other options there. The big problem with boosted posts and some of the ad center stuff is that you never reach a frequency where somebody will actually make a purchase. And that's a problem, because the goal of your advertising is always going to be to serve the ad to the person enough times they actually take a purchase. If you've probably heard this in the past, like with TV, the old rule of thumb used to be that it was 3 views before someone would take an action. That's not true anymore. It varies between person to person, but most people agree that it's somewhere between 10 and 20 touches for someone to make a purchase. So I'm going to show you on here how we look at some of that and how you can do that. Biggest problem with the boosted posts is they never reach that frequency. So this is frequency right here, but you may not know how to get that. Most of the time when you log in, you're going to see performance. So it's going to be a little bit limited here. You're going to have delivery, campaign name, bid strategy, budget, attribution setting, results and reach and impressions and cost per result and all these things. So if you come right here, you can click on columns right there, and you can customize your columns. It's going to pull up a window here where you can see all of the things that Facebook will let you add into your view here in terms of columns and results that it will show you. So for this one, we're going to be talking about frequency. And frequency, like I said, is really important because you want to make sure that you're serving the ad to someone enough times that they're going to take an action. We're going to hit apply there. It's going to stick it at the end, right? So that's where it always sticks it. So let's just take a look at one of these campaigns here. We're going to look at this tier 1. Now, all of our campaigns have different goals. This one has a frequency of 1.72. That means that of these 40,835 individual Facebook accounts, the average person or average account has seen that ad 1.72 times. It's a little bit larger audience, so that's not surprising that the frequency is a little bit lower. Fast forward to the very bottom funnel, tier 7 here for us. It's a very, very small audience. So the average person has had the opportunity to see that 48.68 times. A lot of people will tell you that that's ridiculous. There's no reason you need to serve an ad to that someone that many times. That doesn't mean that they actually did anything with the ad, but it was in their news feed that many times in the last 30 days. So really, that's just a little bit more than once a day. So if you have multiple creatives or things like that that are inside that campaign, then it's not going to be as big a deal because they're going to be seeing multiple options of the same ad. That just means that this particular campaign has been viewed that many times in the last 30 days. So if you think about it in that terms, the average person that has seen this campaign only seeing it 1.72 times in the last 30 days, that's not very many. Now, our ad strategy here is cumulative. So people that start out in tier 1, then fall to tier 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6, and then after they purchase, they fall to tier 7. So that's why you see an increasing frequency as you go up here. Some of these audiences will change a little bit. So it's 1.72, and then 2.37, and then 3.88, and then 5.34, and then 9.48, and then you've got 19.02 there for tier 6 and then 48. So they actually literally go in sequence. So the audiences get smaller and smaller for us. If you have a really broad audience, you're not going to hit enough frequency so that you can actually get an action out of someone. So for instance, if you were running your own ads and you're looking for leads and you're running one campaign, and let's just say that there are 50,000 people in your audience, and you have a frequency of 1.72, that means one of two things. Either your budget is too low and you need to spend more money because Facebook doesn't have enough budget to deliver to those people. Or if you don't have more budget to give, you need to shrink the geo-targeting area so that you shrink the audience size so that this frequency goes up to try and get you more results. Because nobody's going to purchase after only seeing something 1.72 times, no matter how good your offer is. The offer is irrelevant at that point. People aren't even going to remember that they saw an ad from you. So we find that for most of the campaigns that we run kind of middle funnel activities, that somewhere in that like 2.5 to 4, so right in here, that's a really optimal range for us. Your individual situation could be different, of course, and we've got all kinds of parameters that we run our ads with. But we've found that that's kind of a good place to be. So if you are running your ads and you look in here and you see a frequency of less than that in the last 30 days, that might be a signal that you need to make one of those changes that I just mentioned. So I hope that that tip today has been useful for you, and we look forward to seeing you next time, and hope you check out some of our other blog articles. All right, thanks.